Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna try this again. It don't look like my voice got carried on the last one. So, anyway, as I was saying on my last video, probably can't be heard, that about a little over 10, 11 years ago, I got a recording off of Little House on the Prairie. And on that, it was where Melissa Sue Anderson's character, Mary Ingalls, was confronting this older woman by the name of Miss Peel. And Miss Peel obviously couldn't read and everything, but she had it in her mind that she knew the Bible more than anybody and everything, and she condemned those and judged those who didn't go her way because she was just too prideful and arrogant to say, I can't read, and stuff like that. And so what she knew about the Bible, what she heard about the Bible, she just declared to be God's honest truth. And so anyway, when people got intimidated by her and they got scared when she went and called down the lightning. So anyway, Mary comes there and she confronts her with Charles, or the Pa, and everything. And so a lot of people watched it, and it's one of my most viewed videos on YouTube, especially on my channel. I think it's the most viewed video on my channel, and a lot of people have seen it and everything. I got a lot of subscribers because of it. And so anyway, the whole point of me saying this is respect. And Melissa Sue Anderson even says in an interview that she felt that her character Mary went a little over the top and condemning Miss Peel and everything, and saying, kind of getting on her and being shouting back at her. And somebody said on there, on one of the comments, I can't seem to pull it up. I got the comment, I seen part of what it says, but I can't somehow or another pull the whole thing up on the video itself. They said that respect is earned and all this stuff. I said, well, maybe so, but back then, even today's standards, it should be this way. You respect people because they are worthy of respect, not so much because some people have to earn respect. I get that, but in this case, it's like the Lord is a respecter of no persons. He doesn't respect anybody because of their power and their prestige and what they think they have or what they don't have. He respects a person this way. And in Isaiah 66 verse 2, this is how God respects people. And like he paid respect under Abel, whenever Abel brought the lamb, the slain lamb, as opposed to Cain bringing the first fruits. Abel understood it. Abel understood what the Lord was going to do in the future. He understood that he was born into sin and things of that nature, and he was being humble. He was being saying, Lord, I can't, but you can. And so Isaiah 66 verse 2 says, for all those things hath mine hand made, and all those things have been, saith the Lord. But to this man will I look, even to him that is poor and of a contrite spirit, and trembleth at my word. This man will I look unto, he says. You see that word respect? Respect means you see, you're seeing, you're looking. That's respect, right? This man will I look unto, show respect unto, of a contrite spirit, who's humble, who's saying, Lord, I can't, but you can. I'm not worthy, Lord. Just like whenever we hear it said in the Bible, Lord, did we not do this? Did we not do that and cast out demons in your name? And Lord says, go away from me, I never knew you. And then you got the other people who say, Lord, when did we give a cup of water? When did we do this? When did we do that? We don't know when we did that because we're not worthy of doing that. We can't in ourselves do it. That's those who are lowly spirit, who are contrite, who are humble, who are not arrogant, who are not prideful. Those people are modest, and so that's the people we're looking to. Those who are of a meek spirit. That's who the Lord looks unto. He's not a respecter of persons, of your power, how much you think you have, how much you own, how much money you have in the bank. He's not a respecter of persons who live that way. So, when it comes to respecting your elders and this, that, the other, that's something we've all been trained to do. It's called good manners. You know what I mean? But not all of us have trained up that way. I was. As having good manners and showing respect to the elderly in a way in and of itself is respecting God, because you appreciate their life experiences. They've been around a little bit longer. So the person who made that comment, because I'm posting this here on TikTok, because I haven't done this kind of video in a long time, and then I'm also going to copy it and send it over to the YouTube, because I just haven't done it in a while. So showing respect unto people, to persons, is different than respecting and looking unto the way God looks into people. Those of a contrite spirit, lowly, humility, that's who God looks to. People who say, Lord, I can't, but you can. I'm not worthy to receive this. I'm not worthy of your blessings every day. I'm not worthy of the food that you put in my belly or the clothes you put on my back every day. I'm a sinner, and I need your grace every single day. And that's the way I feel about it. Does God show me respect? Because I say that? If he does, he does. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But I know in all things I can't do anything without him. And whatever I do, that's something that gives me a pat on the back, or whatever I have to gloat about, I can't really gloat about it, because I have to gloat in the Lord, because he's the one that gave it to me. So that's the kind of things that the Lord honors. That's what another word for honoring something, honoring a person. That the Lord honors our praise and our worship and to him, and our thanksgiving, and our even sometimes when we fuss, we fuss to God about things, and because we're calling on him, we're not calling on another man, and like, oh, look what I got, and that's the same thing that happened with Nebuchadnezzar and everything. And look at my city, look at everything I got, and the Lord brought him down a peg, and had him out there in the grass, where there's hair was like eels, or his fingernails grew and stuff like that, and things of that nature. So God will bring you down. If you think you're going to get above him, he'll bring you down. And when you're down, you give him the honor and glory and praise, which is already his. He'll uplift you. He'll look unto you. He will respect you. Not like, oh, look at you, you're so great, wonderful. No, he places his heart and his eyes on you, on the person who is lowly, who's a contrite spirit. But he doesn't honor those who are going to gloat and say, look at what I got. Look, this, like I said, he'll bring you down a peg or two if you do that. So he's not a respecter of persons for glory and honor and prestige and all that stuff. Now, he might, like some people say, God has blessed President Trump. God has done this. Oh yeah, of course he has. He spared his life. He honored President Trump honored him and gave glory to him. And then President Trump goes around and says, look what I did. Look what I did. Look what I did. It's kind of weird at times, and it's like everybody's like, yeah, look what you did, boss, look what you did. And then sometimes he'll say, well, people helped me do it, but I did this and I did that. And so sometimes there's kind of like this little thing with Trump, as like he can brag about this, but he does acknowledge that the Lord had spared his life. So that's a good thing. So it kind of gets kind of hazy in the middle there. So to the person who made that remark on my Little House on the Prairie video and everything, yeah, respect. If you want to earn respect, respect is earned, then your kids are going to have to earn yours respect. And so how about that? So do you want your kids earning your respect? If that's what you feel about it, respect has to be earned. My son doesn't. I don't have to earn my son's respect. He respects me because I'm his dad, and I respected the fact that he's a grown young man. I respect it even more if he finally clean up his dang room. But anyway, even though he's in his early 20s. But anyway, I think you might see what I'm talking about. Hopefully you do. And so let's not get you have to earn respect as opposed to getting respect and all that other stuff. All right, y'all take care. See you. Hope this works.